Welcome to Other Levels. In today's video, we will continue to learn how to create this financial statistics system using Microsoft Excel. Together we'll start creating the second dashboard, which is analyze the total profits by countries using outstanding design for a dynamic map chart, and this creative donut chart with circular edges. These are the color codes used in the second dashboard and the font type is Avenir. All our dashboard's template features are working in all versions of Excel, Mac and Windows operating systems. And you can get this template by visiting our online store, other-levels.com. This is the data table that we will use to create the geographical dashboard. Let's insert the first pivot table. Add the countries' names to the rows field and amounts in the value field. Add the amounts once again to extract the profit rate for each country. Add a title of this part of the pivot tables. We have now all what we need. Insert text boxes to add them on the dashboard. Simply type equals, and choose the cell. For ease, change the column details only. Group them, then copy and paste the group 6 times. Use the Align feature, and choose Align to the center. Group them all for easy control. We will only change the row number. When a text box is linked to a cell, it reflects the formatting applied in the cell, and as you know, modifying these text boxes will take time and effort. So we need to modify the cell before linked it to the text box. Let's change the cell format in the table. As you can see now, the format is reflected. Now total sales in all countries. Just type equal, then choose the grand total cell. Better to add the currency symbol to the amount. We will use a yearly slicer to control the entire dashboard. We explained how to modify the slicers before, please check playlist above. Don't need the slicer header, check on hide items with no data. Next, bar chart analysis, the income by countries. Copy the country names. Then use VLOOKUP to get the percentages. Insert bar chart. Now switch the row and column to show it in one horizontal bar. Let's give each country a specific color. The solid colors looking not too much good, do you think that too? Let's try to add gradient colors. The first color will use the same colors chosen before, and for the second color use the darker or lighter color. Great! Ready to show now. Copy the bullets that we have previously used. We finished here. Next, we'll start creating one of the most beautiful charts in this system. Progress circle chart with circular edges that analyze the achieved percentage from the target. Copy the previous pivot table. We will need only the sum of the amounts achieved and the target that's supposed to achieved. Create the data table next to the pivot table. To find the percentage, divide the achieved amount by the target amount. As for the percentage remaining to achieve 100%, simply use this equation, 100% minus the achieved percentage. Now the standard donut chart design complete, and it's time to create rounded edges to it. And to add the rounded edges, I will use a scatter chart. First need to set X and Y values. I will use two formulas to maintain the edges shape when update or change the percentage. For the X value will be linked with the remaining percentage. Type sin formula. Then select remaining percentage cell. Multiply by 2, multiply then add pi function. Then double brackets. Move it in the next row. And for the Y value, type cos formula. Then select actual percentage cell. Multiply 2, multiply then add pi function, then double brackets. Great, now add 0 to X, and 1 for Y. The table is now ready. Next step, from the chart design menu, choose select data. Add new series. Add a name to this series. Now choose the two Y values. Then click OK. Now click on the new series, then change the chart type to scatter chart. Choose one of the circles of scatter chart. Then add the X values. It remains only adjust the placement of the circles at the end and beginning of the graph. Click on the horizontal axis. Now I will specify the minimum and the maximum axis value range. The minimum value will be -1.15 and the maximum value will be 1.15. Repeat the same steps for the vertical axis. Now as you can see, the circles are located exactly in the middle. We have almost done here, just we need to add good format for it. Go to the marker menu. Make the circle size 25. Using gradient colors in this design will be wonderful. Set the donut's hole size 74. It remains only to add the achieved percentage. Now it's time to make sure that the chart works as wanted. You can see that the chart maintain of its format. Next, the main map chart. To create my idea, I will need a dots map but only in SVG format. So let's go through the first step and search for world.map in SVG format. But please after inserting the images make sure that not containing any copyright, and it's free to use. Now I need the PowerPoint fragment feature, so let's move in. Change the map color to be just more visible. Then convert the map to shapes. As you see, the circles were separated from each other now. The second step, cover the map with rectangle shape. Third, ungroup the map. Finally, select all shapes and go to Shape Format menu. Then choose Fragment. As you can see now, we got a rectangle with circular holes. Let's move back to the dashboard. Next, recolor the background, and it will be now the map color. Set the same primary dashboard color to the rectangle. Great! We have 6 countries with need to show their names and their total sales. 2 rounded rectangles will be more than enough to highlight these values. Choose the suitable icon, showing a company, factory, or shops. We create already the data previously with the fixed country names. So, we will use the names but with the amounts this time. Find the sales amounts using VLOOKUP formula. Group them. And duplicate it 5 more times. Multiply by 2. As we did before, to do it easy, format the data directly from the cells before connect to the text box. Choose the same color for each country that were chosen in this bar chart. Next part is to add the blue and pink indicators to the chart. The pink dots will indicate the most profitable country. I prefer to create the data table next to this pivot table. First, copy and paste the countries' names. Let's increase the font size a little. Here we'll add the dots for highest country. And here we'll add the dots for non-highest country. The amounts in the pivot table sorted from the largest to the smallest, so that means that the first cell always will be the country with the largest amount. And based on this we will create the formula in this table. I will use the circular bullet symbol what I used here. So let's copy it. For the highest country, the formula explanation is: if this country showing in the first cell in the pivot table, so add this circular bullet, and if not, so keep it empty. Let's type the formula. Type if, select the country name cell, equals, select the first cell, and fix it using F4, comma, if true, 2 quotation mark, paste the circular bullet, 2 quotation mark, comma, if false, twice double quotation marks. Copy the formula to all cells. Regarding the non-highest countries, use the same formula, with only switching the true and false. The circular indicators now are ready. I will set 2 colors of pink for the highest value. One in dark pink and one in light pink. And set 2 colors of blue for the non-highest values. One in dark blue and one in light blue. The next step, insert 4 text boxes for each country. And we will start with Egypt. Link each color. I will group the light blue with the light pink. And group the dark blue with the dark pink. Zoom the screen to place dots exactly in the center of holes. Now duplicate the dark groups and the light groups and place them in mixed way. Multiply by 2. Before ending this chart, let's make sure of what we did. The blue and pink dots quantity are equals to each other's. Now I will show you the benefits of why we used the Fragment PowerPoint feature. Bring the map to the front side and keep the circles in back. See? Now the overall appearance look perfect without any differences in dimensions or sizes. So the last step is to remove some of the blue dots. To do it in easily way, we must use the selection pane with the formula bar. The blue colors are in the BJ and by columns. So search for the text box that linked with columns by and BJ, then remove some of them. Now as you can see that pink appears more than blue, repeat previous steps for each country. And prefer to increase in the number of circles. This customer has one main factory in US, and HQ and main warehouse in UK. So we want to draw lines between countries to differentiate between the headquarters and branches in the rest of the countries. Set the transparency for each color by 20%. The final analysis in this dashboard, the details of various types of taxes. Create data table using the used format. We have 3 types of taxes with static percentages. Add the percentages. Sum all the taxes percentage and amount. Then find the total amount that should be paid of each tax type using this equation. Multiply the percentage by the total sales. Multiply by 2. Need to separate the total from the breakdowns. I suggest to use column bar showing taxes percentage from 100%. Find the remaining. Then insert a column chart. Switch row and column. And with that, we're finished today's video, and we will be completing the dashboard in one more video. And they will be ready by next week. I hope I have show you something useful for you. Have a good day.